Well, welcome back to our next segment in Soulful Leadership. We're still exploring awareness. It is the gateway to transformation, you know. But today we're talking about self-identity awareness. This is the story that you're living from. You know, if you want to understand why your results look the way they do in your leadership, your business, your relationships, you have to look beneath the behavior. You know, the story you're living from begins in the subconscious mind. Every outcome you experience is shaped by the paradigms you hold about who you are and how the world works. Long before action shows up, identity has already decided what feels possible, safe, or off limits. This is why awareness is everything. So let's take a few deep, grounding breaths here. And just notice the horses as you do, how grounded they appear right now. You know, when leaders slow down enough to become aware of their inner dialogue, they're often surprised by what they hear. And not because it's loud, but because it's familiar. It's old beliefs, old conclusions, old rules that are still quietly running the show. And they're all just unwritten contracts. That inner dialogue determines who you believe you are and who you believe you're not allowed to be. It shapes decisions, risk tolerance, boundaries, and vision. And here's the truth many people miss. Desired results must align with beliefs, identity, and behavior. You can't sustainably outperform your self-concept. If your identity doesn't match the outcome you want, something will always pull you back to familiar ground. Now that's not failure, that's coherence. Paradigms are formed through events, words, trauma, fascination, and repetition. And while you can't control everything that shaped you, you can control repetition. What you repeatedly focus on, what you rehearse internally, what you return your attention to, this is where change begins. You know, there's an old coaching truth that holds through the decades, and that is, be who you need to be so you can do what you need to do and have what you want to have. Identity comes first. This is also why imagination matters. Vision boards matter. Imagery matters. Imagination feeds the subconscious. Reason, when misused, shuts all of that down. So if you want to build something new in your life or your leadership, you must first change the consciousness of the builder. Now, this brings me to the horses. Horses are extraordinary partners in this work because they respond to who you're being, not who you're trying to be. They read congruence instantly. No titles, no stories, no performance, just who you are in the moment. So when your inner state shifts, the horse responds immediately. They help leaders feel alignment, not as an idea, but as an embodied experience. And that makes identity level transformation faster, safer, and lasting. So I'll leave you with this question. How do you answer the words, I am? Because that answer is shaping far more than you realize. And awareness is where everything begins. So I invite you to check in with yourself, examine that inner dialogue. And join us back here at the next segment of Soulful Leadership.